Hey guys, so today we're going to do the unboxing and overview and do some comparisons of the Bowers & Wilkins Pi8 wireless earbuds. These are premium wireless earbuds. They retail for $400 US. That puts them at the very high end of the wireless earbud market. I think there's only a few more expensive, like the Deviate Gemini 2 and some of the Noble, like Noble Focus Mystique and yeah, those ones. But for the most part, this is a pretty high-end wireless earbud. And I do want to compare it with two other $400 wireless earbuds I have, which is the Final ZE8000MK2 and the Bang Olufsen Beoplay EX, both of which retail for $400 as well. So I thought it'd be a pretty interesting comparison to compare all these $400 wireless earbuds together. And yeah, give you guys my subjective opinion about them. So anyways, let's do the unboxing. So also some introduction about Bowers & Wilkins. They're a British company. They've been making mostly speakers. I would say they're mostly well known for their speakers. They've been making them since the 60s. And yeah, I would say that's probably what they're most famous for. But in the last, I would say 10-15 years, they've been involved in making headphones as well. So wireless headphones especially. So I actually really love their wireless headphones, like the full-size ones, the PX7 S2, S2E, PX8. I find them to be some of the best wireless headphones on the market in terms of combination of design, sound quality, and comfort and noise cancellation. Yeah, noise canceling technology. So I find Bowers & Wilkins to be quite good at the wireless stuff, because not only do they sound pretty good, but they also have some nice tech as well. I'm not saying that the tech is as equal to Bose or Sony when it comes to like noise cancellation, but it's pretty close. So I've been impressed about yeah, their wireless headphones, but I've never actually tried their wireless earbuds. And this is their flagship wireless earbuds, the Pi8s, which have a version of their the drivers are pretty like their drivers are like a shrunken down version of the carbon cone drivers that they used in their PX8s, which I also own. So I really think PX8s is probably one of the best sounding wireless headphones on the market. So I'm really curious to try the Pi8s, which contain supposedly, yeah, just a shrunken down version of those same carbon dome drivers. So anyways, let's check it out. Here's what's inside the box here. Okay, so yeah, oh, it was the wrong way. Okay, here we go. So this is the wireless earbuds. I'll talk about it in a sec. This is the quick start guide, right? Safety and warranty and quick start guide. Yeah, this quick start guide here, I mean, I'm not really expecting much out of this. See, you can just download the, they give you a QR code to download the app, because nowadays every wireless earbud has their own app. So yeah, basically you just open the case to pair, and then they even give you different tips, which is nice. Not every wireless earbud comes with different tip sizes, so that's pretty important to get a proper seal. Controls, of course these days it's all touch controls on earbuds. There's only a few exceptions like Master and Dynamic that have physical controls. I prefer to have physical controls, but it looks like touch controls is the norm now. And yeah, of course charging as well. So anyways, it's pretty cool they give you earbuds. Okay. Yeah, they also give you the QR code to download the app. Okay, so here we go. Here's what you get. You get okay, so this is an interesting thing. You got USB-C to USB cable, which is of course common and expected, but you also get USB-C to 3.5, which is interesting. I think they did this for their full-size headphones too, but basically it looks like you can output audio like, yeah, this will be like outputting audio like to for digital to analog. So I think this would contain a DAC inside of it, right? Yeah, this one would have to contain a DAC, a digital to analog converter, because this is taking a digital input like USB-C and converting it to 2.5. So anyways, pretty interesting connector. I think only Bowers & Wilkins I've seen comes with this kind of thing with their full size as well. Interesting. And then yeah, it comes with different earbuds as well. So there's different tip sizes here. I think it comes probably with one on the earbud itself. Can we just take a look here? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so it comes with the extra small on it already, and then you can swap it out for the small or the large. So anyways, yeah, it comes with 3 different sizes. That's cool that it comes with ear tips. I think most of the wireless earbuds I've unboxed, none of them really came with ear tips. That's something from the IM world. That's pretty cool and a nice little offering by them. Okay, so that's it for the box and accessories, and then now is the case itself, which looks you know, fairly inoffensive. Just looks like a small egg, and about not too large or small, I would say. It's about the standard size for I mean, I've done a lot of wireless earbuds unboxings now, and I think it's roughly about the size on average. So yep, you open up the earbuds case, and here it is. That's the earbuds. By the way, so this is the indicator light. It'll tell you the status, right, the battery and everything, any issues, and of course you have the USB-C connector and a reset button on the bottom here. Whoops. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to take a look at these and of course give you guys my subjective opinions about them. So yeah, these are the Bowers & Wilkins Pi8s. If they're anything like the PX8s, I think I might be pretty satisfied because I really do love the PX8s. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys my rundown of the Pi8s after I test them, and then I'm gonna give you guys my subjective comparisons against the Final Audio ZE8000 and the Bang Olufsen EX as well. But anyways, yeah, these 3 high-end wireless earbuds, they all cost $400 US. And yeah, let's see how the Bowers & Wilkins Pi8 compares. So far, these have been my 2 main wireless earbuds that I've had, and I was just curious about, you know, the sound of the Pi8s to see how it compares to those 2. So stay tuned. Alright, so I tested out the Bowers & Wilkins Pi8 for a bit and compared it with these 2. So here are my thoughts about each of these. So first of all, the Bowers & Wilkins Pi8 and Bang Olufsen Beoplay EX are pretty similar. Like, these are like 90% similar, I would say, maybe even 95% in sound signature. They're very, very close. The Final Audio ZE8000MK2s are quite different in tuning compared to these 2. So the Final Audio ZE8000MK2s are very much very lean and neutral, I would say. Very detailed, lean, and neutral. So I would say this is for the type of audiophiles that really like to have a very neutral reference type sound, very flat sound signature. So if you guys want to listen to your music without any unnatural boosts in any frequencies, and you just want to hear the music the way that it was recorded, basically, the Final Audio ZE8000MK2s are very good for that. Yeah, just very lean, very neutral, no unnatural push in any frequency, and also very detailed at the same time. Yeah, so that's the sound signature. But I have to say, the thing I don't like the most about the ZE8000MK2, I mean, actually first give props to Final Audio, the Japanese audio company, for making a tuning that I would say is not very mainstream. Yeah, the mainstream listener does not like neutral tunings usually. They found it a little bit bland and yeah, analytical, not exciting, but Final Audio went with that tuning anyways. So yeah, props to them for going with that non-mainstream, more audiophile reference tuning. But yeah, the noise cancellation isn't very good with the ZE8000MK2s. Like, it does have active noise cancellation, but it only cancels out, like, if I were to rank it based on percentage, how much noise it cancels out, I would say about 40%. You put it in your ears, 60% of the noise you can still hear, 40% maybe gets canceled out. I'm just going roughly, you know, approximating, right? I didn't measure exactly, but I would say once I put these in my ear, relative speaking to these other earbuds, yeah, canceled out maybe like 40% of the noise, can still hear 60%. So anyways, that's the ZE8000MK2s, and I remember I did a video comparing these with the Bang Olufsen Beoplay EXs, which are pretty different in sound signature and also noise cancellation abilities as well. So this, of course, by the famous Danish audio company Bang Olufsen. These have been my main wireless earbuds actually for the past 2 years, I would say. So they've been doing pretty well. Yeah, I really do like the sound signature. It's definitely not as neutral as the ZE8000MK2s. You get definitely a bass push and a little bit of a treble push as well, so it's a little bit more V-shaped, which makes it more fun and exciting to listen to, I would say, comparing to the ZE8000MK2s. This is more of like a tuning that would satisfy a mainstream listener, but also audiophiles as well, because it's not too much, like the bass is not boosted too much. That's the case with Bose and Sony and Beats, right? A lot of the mainstream audio brands, they boost the bass up way too much. It gets bloated. It doesn't happen here. It's just boosted just enough. It doesn't get too bloated or anything. Yeah, this noise cancellation is quite good. So detail, soundstage and everything is quite good for wireless earbuds. So the Beoplay Bang Olufsen has, the Bang Olufsen Beoplay EX has kind of been my standard for wireless earbuds, because it's, the tuning is pretty good. It's got more of like a fun tuning dynamic. You get a little bit of a bass boost, a little bit of a treble boost, but without being too overdone. And a lot of good detail and good noise cancellation. So relatively speaking, this will cancel out, I know I said in my video maybe 60%, but now I'm doing like more back and forth comparisons. I think about 70%. I think the noise cancellation is quite good on the Bang & Olufsen's compared to the Final Audio. So this will cancel out maybe 70% of the noise. And this will, only 40%. So this is definitely better noise cancellation than the Final Audios, and very good sound as well. So of course, the tunings are quite different between these two, right? This is more of a neutral reference sound. This is more of a fun type sound signature. It's slight V shape, I would say. But yeah, I really like the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EXs. So the Pi8s definitely lean more towards the Bang & Olufsen side. So when I tried these, I just thought, this is pretty close to my Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EXs. Like, they're really close, 90% similar probably. Pretty similar sound signature, I would say. Like, this also emphasizes a little bit of a V shape, a slight V shape as well. Boosts the bass a little bit, and also the highs. I think it's actually pretty much the same sound signature as the PX8s, the full size. So I own the PX8s. I already know what that sounds like. Very good sound. Of course, I own them for like 2 years as well. So I'm very familiar with the sound of the PX8s. And the Pi8s have pretty much the same tuning as the PX8s do, just in a wireless earbud form. So you get a slight bass boost, not too much, but done just well enough to give it a little bit of excitement and energy, a little bit of treble boost as well. Overall, detailed. It's done pretty well. And I would say noise cancellation, this one has the best noise cancellation. Actually, Bowers and Wilkins, they're pretty good at the noise cancellation tech. Like, I felt the same way when I compared the PX8s to the full-size. So the full-size headphones, the PX8s versus the Bang & Olufsen H95s. I remember I did a video comparing those two. Those are the flagship full-size equivalents of these two brands. And I felt that they were pretty close as well. Just Bowers had the edge in noise cancellation by maybe like 10%. Like, the noise cancellation difference was like, it's still like Bowers and Wilkins' favor, I would say, but not by much. Bang & Olufsen comes close, but Bowers still ahead for the noise cancellation. And this is the same case here. I would say Bowers and Wilkins, like, maybe 10% better noise cancellation. They're both good. This one cancels out maybe 80% of the noise. So that makes it the best out of these three, of course, in terms of noise cancellation. So yeah, noise cancellation wise, Final Audio ZE8000 way behind the pack at just, for me, relatively speaking, canceling out maybe 40% of the noise. And then Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EX, like maybe 70%, and then Bowers & Wilkins Pi8 maybe 80%. So yeah, I would still give the edge to Bowers when it comes to noise cancellation. These are like, as soon as I put these on, I was like, whoa, that's good. It also reminded me of my PX8s, which have pretty good noise cancellation too. So yeah, they're not Bose or AirPods level, AirPods Pro level, but comes close, I would say, in terms of noise cancellation, while having, in my opinion, better sound quality. So yeah, these two are pretty close. Sound quality wise, man, it's hard because they both have pretty similar tunings. They both have a bit of boosted bass, bit of boosted highs. They're both soft V-ish, I would say. Also, another thing that I noticed, and I only noticed this one because I beat them back and forth, but I think the Pi8 space is better controlled. Yeah, the Pi8, just like the PX8, the bass is quite nice. It's not really too elevated or anything, but it's elevated probably just enough. And yeah, it doesn't bleed into the mids or anything at all. It's very well controlled. Whereas the bass on the Beoplay EX seems to bleed into the mids sometimes. So that's what I noticed. Again, minor difference. Only if you A/B them back and forth would you notice this. But yeah, I think the Beoplay EX's bass is not quite as well controlled as the Pi8's bass. The detail, almost same. I would say maybe Bang Olufsen EX, just like going back and forth, might have a bit more mid detail, but they're pretty close. Like, I really have to go back and forth, right? Because they're both quite good in detail and imaging. Yeah, I would say these two are probably among the top of the heap when it comes to wireless earbuds sound quality, right? If you're looking at detail retrieval, these two are really top of the heap. Pretty close between these two, and the tunings are quite similar as well. So definitely these two are like 90% similar, I would say. So which one you choose is going to depend on which one can you find cheaper, because they both retail for what, $400, right? I think the Pi8 might be newer, so perhaps you can find the Beoplay EX cheaper. I don't know, but if you have the choice between these two, it's really a toss-up. It really depends on which one you can find cheaper, I guess. And then the Final ZE8000MK2 is really a different animal. It's for people who really prefer neutral, flat reference type of sound. Still very detailed. I mean, this is as detailed as both of these, but just like the tuning is different, right? More of a neutral-ish tuning, but it has as much detail as both of them. So yeah, in terms of detail retrieval, this is pretty much up there, top of the heap as well, but it's just a very different type of sound, because you're listening to a more flatter type of sound, which some people might find boring or bland or too analytical. But hey, if you like to have that type of sound, I know I have an audiophile friend who loves to just have the more neutral type of sound and tuning. Yeah, and no unnatural boosts in any frequency, then these are the way to go. Of course, you sacrifice the noise cancellation though, because these do not cancel noise as well as these two do. But if you really want to have a wireless earbuds that give you the closest to that flat, neutral reference type of sound and being very detailed, the Final ZE8000MK2 might be the only ones on the market to do that. So kind of a special beast. So anyways, that's my overall impressions of these three together. Yeah. So Bang Olufsen Beoplay EX, Bowers & Wilkins Pi8, pretty much a toss-up in terms of sound quality and tuning. Noise cancellation, I'll give the edge to Pi8 by a hair, but otherwise pretty similar. ZE8000MK2, Final Audio, just a different animal. Flat neutral tuning, but still very detailed and reference sounding. And yeah, I haven't tried the Technics AZ100. I know that's another one that's kind of in the $400 club. But I tried Technics AZ80, and already I was kind of impressed with the noise cancellation and the detail. Just it had a little bit too much bass for me, I think. The AZ80's a little bit too much bass. But yeah, I'm curious about the AZ100 as well. Of course, I didn't try the Devliet Gemini 2 or the Noble Focus Mystiques and those other ones. But you know, I'm not here to review every headphone on earth. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's my impressions. I think the Audio-Technica TWX9s, is that still their flagship? Those are $300, I think. But I would take probably any of these over that one. I think you just, detail-wise, all three of these beat the Audio-Technica TWX9s. So yeah, that's my impressions of the top wireless earbuds that I've used before. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think of these in the comment section below. Which one would you guys choose if you can only choose one? Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EX, Final ZE8000MK2, or Bowers & Wilkins Pi8. I know if I had to choose just one out of these, probably lean more towards the Pi8 because it's close to the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EX. Like, maybe detail-wise, the Beoplay EX might still have like a slight edge in mid-detail, but that's only after comparing them back and forth. Pretty close though, and touch controls, of course, for both of them, so that's really the same. If you're talking about interface-wise, that's the same. App-wise, I don't like to use apps too much, but perhaps there could be an advantage if you're using different apps. One of them could be better than the other. But without apps, I think I would go with the Pi8 by just a slight hair, because the noise cancellation, it has the edge of noise cancellation, basically, just like 10% better. But if you're talking about the differences this close, yeah, the 10% better noise cancellation might give the Pi8 the edge here, if I had to choose one. So, yeah, that's really it. But I know the battery life is not really good on the Pi8, so that's something else to consider as well. Some people said the battery life is not, well, the rated battery life on the Pi8 is not as high as these two for sure. So anyways, that might be something to consider, of course. But I would say pretty much a toss-up between these two for me. and then ZE8000MK2, depending on well, what kind of tuning that you like. If you like the neutral reference tuning, you might go for that one. So let me know which gun you guys prefer in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching. Another thing to consider about the Final Audio ZE8000MK2 is that the case is actually a bit bigger. So you guys can see here the size of the case, ZE8000MK2 versus the Pi8 and the Beoplay EX here. It is this much bigger. So yeah, definitely if you're going to be like pocketing this, right, putting it in your pocket, that's something to consider as well, right? That the ZE8000MK2 case is yeah, noticeably slightly larger than the other two. So not quite as portable. Also the shape of the earbuds. I know that that's always a subjective thing, but Bang Olufsen Beoplay EX basically looks like AirPods. So yeah, I have the same stem as the AirPods. Pi8s are fine. These just look like the normal ones without the stem. So that one seems fine too, but just the ZE8000MK2s look like bigger sticks, I would say. Yeah, they look like you have these like basically yeah, bigger toothpick looking things in your ear. So something else to consider. I know this is subjective for the design, but I think the ZE8000MK2s might stick out a bit more if you wear them as well. Something else to consider.